Yo, what's going on? Welcome back. We're the Reality Guys. It's your boy Brett. This is my first time hosting the show. Come on, you gotta like, comment, subscribe with my co-host.
Kevin.
Yeah, with my co-host Kevin. Let's go. All right.
Hello.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us. This is the greatest TV show on earth, Survivor. I love it. I think I love it so much because it's exciting. It's new. It's hard to play. It's something that I maybe might play, but like I no guarantees because it's a very difficult game. But we start off. So we're on episode. Honestly, I don't remember the episode number, but the name is Preposterous, right? So they spelt it wrong. Let's get that off the back. Preposterous spelled with an O and not an E. We're at day 14, tribe Gaia. and so and so we have Sammy from the yellow tribe. He is flipped with Cody and Jesse from the red tribe from past episode. They flipped on their boy Dwight. The island wife had to go home and cook a meal or something like that. And Sammy, he's not playing for Final Seven. Sammy's not playing for Final Seven, right? That's what he said. Okay. So Janine, her idol, it went home with Dwight's crotch. That's right, Dwight's crotch. Her idol went home. So now she's no longer protected. She lost her BD idol. And we have a fun fact. Jesse has Dwight's crotch idol. What are your thoughts on that, Kevin?
I mean, I was surprised by it. Hell yeah. That's kind of awesome. Now he has two. That's sick.
Yeah.
Again, though, it's just like we've talked about before. It's just dumb that people just pass these things around. Like, just don't say anything. You don't have to be involved. I don't know, but hey, overall, I'm happy for him. That's gonna be a game changer in the future. I hope at least nothing stupid fucking happens.
Yeah.
My bet is what will happen, but who knows?
I mean, this is one more indicator to us as like a community watching this is that Jesse had like all the control in this game. Like Jesse's already gotten like a very good representation of himself on the show and people liking him, not thinking he's a threat. And now out of nowhere, he just pulls out Dwight's crotch idol. Like, at least one good thing came from that marriage. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Do you think that they're gonna be smart enough to realize like we haven't seen a new idol in a while, that idol must still be here? Or is he safe for the rest of the game? Of hiding that idol.
They alluded to the fact that because Jean was gone, her idol would come back into play. And
right.
I wouldn't put it past Survivor 40 plus to put like more random idols out in play either. So
yeah,
who are they to say if it's the same idol or if it's a different idol?
Yeah, that's a good point.
But
I don't know. I don't if I was a player, I don't know if I would be like, I'd probably be like, dude, they really had this one good, opposed to being like, dude, it's still in the group, it's still in the swing of things.
Yeah, so I mean, and then Jesse, he alluded to the fact that he has Cody's idol also, which Cody hasn't asked back. He hasn't asked for his idol back yet, which is what I was wondering.
Yeah, that's weird. What the fuck is that all about?
So like Cody, his whole thing was he put his idol in his little cowboy hat, which we see him wearing in the challenge, and there's no beads in it. So I'm curious, like, does he walk around with beads in his hat half the time and then not half the time? Like, how does that work? And does he not want his idol back because he hasn't said anything?
Dude, there's some unknown thing to the audience about the beads that the audience has to randomly like pick up, and this is probably one of them. The fact that like there was the idol where you had to get these specific beads, which means that they were given these specific beads, which means they all wore them in certain ways that some of them like hint at it being like something they can bring back to their families. That's never happened before, I don't think, or it has, other than the buffs.
Bringing stuff to their family.
Well, just like the survivors getting anything from production.
No, they
like
don't. So,
receiving. So like that, I mean, but they had to have received a bracelet or a necklace of sorts with beads on it.
right. Wait, is it talking about after the show or during the show?
Before the show, because the one idol was like, I need these specific type of beads from every single person on the island or in your tribe to
No,
get
so
whatever.
Survivor puts like random crap into the game, like your torch, your idol, your whatever. So if you're not allowed to keep anything from the game unless it's like a game token. So like idols are game tokens. You can use them to progress yourself in the game. It's monopoly money, right? So if you don't spend it, you get to keep it. Like even if you lose, you can go home and like go, give it to your kid or whatever. So that's what they do with idols and stuff like that. Or beads.
Okay.
I mean, I guess even the beads from the bag. I mean, I guess you can take random crap and give it to your kid if you want. But if you spend an idol in the game, it's gone. It's burnt. It's thrown in the fire or
Yeah, I
something.
get that. But I'm saying like this is the first time that like they got souvenirs other than like a buff. Because they all made a point like, oh, I really
Is it?
wanted to give this to my daughter. I don't
Yeah,
remember
the
it
bead thing.
happening.
Honestly, I think that's this is the first season I've ever seen anyone ever talk about beads.
Right. And the
Bag.
fact that they all had them, one, and two,
What was
there was like bigger beads that like had to be collected by the one girl to get her idol. Oh, I need these specific too. From like what's his name? The Marine guy. The army guy.
Gabler?
Gabler. I almost called him
Yeah.
Gunther.
No, I mean, I think the dude. I don't even know. Like every 40 seasons before, I don't know if they had beads on their bag. Like who freaking knows? All I know is if somebody wants to like try to trick me out of something that I own, no, there's not a way in hell. Like
Right.
especially beads. Like I've seen people make idols before, so I'm not a
Right.
retard.
Yeah, that
Like
was
I'm
my
not gonna
first
just
thought.
give you my beads off my bag for no reason. Like
Right.
unless like there's some reason where I feel like I trust this person that's asking me and they're telling me information, but I'm not gonna just like willy-nilly give you stuff off my bag. I'll just
Yeah,
make
I
it
guess if you had like a good relationship with somebody, you like swap a bead, but that's not like a fucking. That's never been a thing. So this would have been a real like red flag for me going into it.
I mean it's never
And
been
then
a thing, which means it's not a threat necessarily, but I don't know. It's like one of those things too where it's like you don't want to dude, I don't know. This is a tricky situation because like I feel like for us, like if we go in this game and we just be like, nah, dude, kick rocks. I'm not giving you my beats. Like
yeah, yeah,
they're gonna get rid of us. Like they're gonna just
right,
vote us out.
yeah.
They're like, oh well, you're a douche. You're
Unless you're
probably
catching
gonna
all the
beat me
fish.
in the muscle contest. Like just kick rocks. I'll vote you out with my
Hmm.
my party of people. So I don't know. It's a weird situation. I'd
Oh,
probably
you're
just like
sunburned.
I'd probably just like accidentally burn my bag or something and then hide the beads. I don't know. But
I don't, yeah, I probably would have. I probably would have said whatever Gabler was saying, like, oh, I want to give it to somebody, and just like hold some stupid like sentimental value. I think he had to have suspected something about it when he gave it to her. Because remember, he really didn't want to, and then she gave him something.
right. No, I mean, even if I don't know if he was playing dumb or not, but like give her, oh yeah, you can have all my beats. No, you can't have this one because I like it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I mean,
like that's what I'm saying.
he
Like
doesn't
there
know which
had
one's
like
the
people
special
had
bead
to
though.
have been onto this. So whatever. This is like kind of off topic, but
Yeah.
um, I guess we can go on to the challenge.
Yeah. Woo, skirt, 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 skirt. All right. So we're going back to so we had an Owen confessional. I don't know if we've had an Owen confessional before, but he had his whole thing where he's like nobody wants to include him in the vote. He's like the last kid picked in gym class. He's the Korean guy in a white family, stuff like that. I don't know if there's really anything you want to contribute to that, or we can go straight into the end of the challenge.
I mean, it was
All right.
basically what they wanted to build a
Well,
story
plus
for.
his story, yeah, plus his story, we had the Ryan Gabler situation. So I thought that going into this, obviously before the challenge, I mean, just by editing, I was like Ryan, Gabler, and Owen are three dudes on the chopping block. They're the only ones that have like been given to us as like an emotional attachment. Ryan and Gable had to talk about being the provider for the tribe and all that stuff, and we might see this later, but everybody doesn't like Ryan for some reason. So I think like it goes into like he's got cerebral palsy, which I think if he gets to the end, honestly, I think is going to be like an ace in the hole. So I don't know if he's told people he has this disorder, but I just think in like the modern Survivor, it's going to be something that helps him if people don't even know. Sort of like
When did they announce this to the audience? Or did you read this?
like no, it's like episode 1 they told us.
Huh.
So like I only know one person with cerebral palsy in my real life, and they're in a wheelchair and like they can't move and they can't do things. So Ryan is like, I mean,
Well, I think it's one of those things.
Ryan
It's
does a lot of
like
stuff.
ALS, where like
Do
it
it.
slowly takes. I think it's like one of those things where it's like ALS, where it like just slowly, like he's probably in the early stages of it or something, but it like slowly takes over
Well,
where
no,
he's eventually gonna have.
his whole story. So like he's like the comp beast, but he's like the comp beast that has like he's like the comp beast provider, old school Survivor guy, but has like some sort of like emotional story behind him, which I feel like a lot of people in modern Survivor look at.
Yeah,
Because cerebral palsy, or like at least what he said too, is that he couldn't walk, like he was basically crippled, and then he learned to overcome it by lifting weights. So I personally like Ryan. I think he's an entertaining
which
guy.
one is what does he look like?
He's like the light skinned black guy that has muscles, and that
Oh, duh. All right, yeah.
he's on the blue
He
tribe.
has he has that.
Yeah,
Wow, I would have never guessed
he
that.
brings the
But
fish in and all that stuff. So to me, he's like the typical like old school Survivor player. And
that's crazy.
honestly,
Holy shit.
I'm like rooting for him because I feel like people look at him like he's an idiot. You know, like he tries to be strategic and stuff, and sometimes people like don't give him credit. And I feel like a lot of times that happens to me. So I'm rooting for Ryan. So I'm team Ryan right here. I'd like to see him go far. I'm glad he didn't leave in this episode, but we get to yeah, so we're on day 16 of the holy crap. we're just now at the challenge. So would you sit out? They wanted 5 players to sit out for Rice. Would you do that?
Depends where I am in the group, but
There's five
my
out of
thought
like
process.
however many sit out.
I think 5 out of 11, which is ridiculous, dude. I don't blame that guy for trying to negotiate, but I would probably not sit out. Make it to final 10 at least. Fuck it. Like I don't know. I wouldn't want to risk that. And
Yeah.
my fucking arms are so strong that I could hold that thing and beat anybody. So it really doesn't matter.
That's the thing, man. Is like these Survivor games, they're not catered to like people that are like quote unquote strong, like who can lift however many weights. Like
Right. Whatever you need to be the best at this game, I have it.
right. Okay.
So
Well, I
and
challenge you. How
I
long can you
excel
hold your
at it.
hands above your head?
Oh, 1,000 minutes.
Okay.
So, yeah, I timed it last week. It was awesome. But I honestly, with that being said, like this challenge, I've had the questions on this for many of years. What, like, are they not allowed to rest it like on their foot or on like why do they have to grab from the bottom line? They never say that you have to. Maybe it would fall off. I don't know.
No,
What?
they have like little there's like if you have a pipe, right? So like
Right.
the connecting point, once you go below it, you cannot touch the connecting point. So you have to constantly go underneath and underneath, right? So
I don't do they say that you can't go over the connecting point?
No, he
I've
says
never like heard that.
yeah, so like
Okay.
every time you put 2 together, this connecting point in the middle, you have to be below it.
Gotcha.
And then it's a ball, and you got like this bending thing that's going over this direction. I mean that's a lot of Survivor challenges are very just like
dude, they are. It just comes down to like fucking heart and just not giving up or like having
I don't like the idea of I don't like throwing challenges. I don't like giving up safety, things like that. I think
I'm the same way.
if I get sucked into a game like Survivor, this is like the game of game is like being
Yeah.
good at games doesn't win your game, you know? Like it's like one of
Yeah.
those things where like you have a target on your back, you do well, you lose. Like which is one of the bad facts about it is that like you're incentivized to float almost because if you're too good, you just get voted out.
Well, that's the
Which is
thing. You come in with a very individual mindset where I feel is that's the right way to go into it. I think that too many players come in every time and try and build just like an alliance or a group to like the wolf pack mentality opposed to being just like the quiet alpha. Like there's nothing more dangerous than something you like can't see. So like it just being somebody that holds their ground with everything, doesn't really commit to anybody who will play it. Like those are the winners. And I don't ever see the strategy other than like honestly the really shitty seasons where somebody essentially just rides in with a team and then it's some bullshit like deliberation about three best friends hanging out. You know what I mean? Like it the way to do it is kind of your mindset is basically what I'm saying.
right.
Like you can't go in being social and like they all say that. They all say it. But in their head they're thinking, well, you can't be friends with everybody, but I can be friends with half of the people and then keep cutting it down. Like, no, dude, you gotta there has to be more like burnt bridges sooner. And like it sucks because the one that's the best part to like watch about the show. But then on top of that, like if it fails, it's even better to see them fail. Like them get then it's like, oh, they're fucked and they're just running for it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
All right, so you win. You should be in it. Is what I'm saying.
I should be a survivor. Yeah.
What
Maybe.
if we
Like, I'm
both
already
let
on
dude?
Survivor, baby. We're filming season 45 plus. Come check it out. No, just kidding. But
Dude,
I'm not a big
we
fan of
should
pooping in the woods, if you feel me.
we'll poop in the water.
That's a term, aqua dumping. So I heard
Mm-hmm.
I saw an interview with Ellie from Who's on the season. She's like, they just tell you about like where you can't poop. Other than that, they don't say anything.
Yeah, virtually, if if with our distance between where we live from one another and our lack of mutual friends, I bet we could both make it on to a reality TV show at the same time if we both applied and did like
Uh,
and we were that like
but we're two white dudes. We're not making on the same season of anything but The Bachelor.
Big Brother, Big Brother. Oh yeah, The Bachelor. But if we did and we worked together, I bet we could pull it off if we actually tried.
Oh, for sure. I mean, and like if we would just all of a sudden like appeared, like if I knew anybody, I mean, even people I don't know, I'm gonna find random reasons to try to be their friend, and like maybe it
Right,
won't
yeah.
work, maybe it'll backfire. Like I wouldn't doubt it, but I'm not
Well,
gonna.
and like a strategic game, having a secret partner the whole time is would be just like say we were both on the challenge and we came in as rookies together and we pretended like we didn't ever hang out. We never like did anything. We would be so much better than just your average Joe rookie.
Right.
All right,
Exactly.
we'll figure it out when we make a show.
Anywho, so we have like 7 minutes left on the Zoom, but so we're in the challenge. I forgot where I was, but spoiler alert, Owen wins. Yeah, so that's fun. So Owen ends up getting the win on this one, and then we got Blue. I wrote down Blue seemed very happy that Gabler dropped, so I kind of thought Gabler was going home. And we also know James also during the whole like, hey, who's gonna step out for Rice thing? James told Owen, yo, bro, we got you. And James wanted Owen gone from the beginning of the episode or something. So it's a good thing Owen didn't cop out to that BS, and it's a good thing he won. So then they had to reshift targets, and then so they reshifted targets, and it was basically they wanted either to send home Ryan the guy within the seven, their alliance, the blue tribe and plus, or they wanted to send home Janine from the yellow tribe who had just lost her idol. And I just want to know, kind of like, what do you think, Kevin, about that whole situation with everything after the immunity?
What do you mean that she lost her idol? Like from
It went home in Dwight's crotch. In Dwight's
right? Oh
crotch.
yeah,
Where's
yeah,
my idol? It's in Dwight's crotch.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, like again, I was surprised. I kind of liked that was like kept from the audience, but it did kind of amaze me how long it took them to realize like, oh shit, like did it took her like she was back at the tribe. It's like, yeah, now I remember, I gave him my idol. What the fuck? Like that's how willy nilly they're throwing things out. I think like it just I don't know these idols like everybody loves idols. I don't get me wrong. Like I love that like
They're
that
too easy to
blindside type
find,
of thing.
right? For one, they're
But
too easy
just
to
dude,
find.
like there's
Just
way
the
too many of
Beware.
them. Like
I
yeah,
don't I don't dislike the Beware thing. I think maybe like I don't know, like maybe at this point, like after 4 seasons, we need to have the Beware idols, but each one is different so that when you merge, you don't have people saying, hey, I had the same shit on my clue, so you have an idol. Like, because then everyone knows. Plus, everyone's
yeah,
sharing their information. I mean, I kind of want to go back to, I don't know when the last time we did was a two tribe, two instead of three. Go to like a two
yeah.
tribe, go to a two tribe start, and then have a two-person finish instead of a three-person finish at the end.
Yeah,
There's something
realistically,
different.
it should be a two-person finish regardless, because every time the third person knows they're not involved. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
the
Well,
last time
yeah.
that third person was relevant was when the dude who looks like Childish Gambino won because he she it came down to her vote and she liked him more. That was literally the last time. Third place is pointless. You go through all of this
That
shit.
that was like the first time I've ever seen two people in the final two that like both deserved to win because it was
Yeah, that was a really
it
good
was it
season.
was Wendell won with
Window, yeah,
Dom. Wendell and Dom, they
yeah,
split and they both deserved it. They both played like amazing games, but they played like side by side. So it was hard to
yeah,
decide. And then you had the girl who basically was like, all right, like who do you want to win of the two? And she went with
right,
so but they both like that was the only time I've probably seen like a side by side like perfect game. But that's the
yeah.
problem is like even if we played a side by side game in the show, dude, I'm gonna have to cut you. I'm sorry.
No, no, that's not like that's
And
the
I'm gonna be
thing.
thinking the same thing, vice versa.
No, see, I would go in full trust, but now you're breaking my heartstrings.
I'll cut you at like final four or five. Not
Well, yeah, just make it guaranteed four, final four.
right. All right. Deal.
Deal. You saw it here first, folks.
But yeah, so we end up losing well, we end up losing Janine this episode. And yeah, I don't know. It feels kind of like lackluster because I feel like Janine maybe would have put up more of a fight. She lost her idol, and her idol's still now lingering around with Jesse and James. And it's
Yeah,
not
and
like
she's
we're
like
seeing all stuff.
she's mentally fucked. You know what I mean? Like that's a tough loss. Um, I just hope he doesn't say something. I don't think he will say something fucking stupid. It's oh, don't worry, I got you. I'll play my extra idol,
But who,
but I
Jesse?
don't think he will. Yeah,
No.
he
Well, I mean,
won't.
she's gone now. He didn't. But I think just like positioning
No,
wise,
no, I just mean in general. Like the fact that he has two, it should be like
well,
you should lock that into final four at least.
I think at this point, like, I mean, Jesse already gets a lot. Like, I watch other people's stuff online, and I think Jesse gets a lot of hype to be like the winner pick. And I don't know if that's just like them
Why?
analyzing, editing, and what you see, or like them having spoilers. But I think it
Wait,
makes
wait,
sense at this point. Like,
Jesse. Why would they say that he is?
Jesse, I think Jesse, just from like what we've been shown on camera, he's the best player this season, and that might be purely due to like how they put his
I was gonna
confessionals
say,
in.
I think it's
Or
because he says that he is. Like,
he's either gonna win or he's gonna be like the guy that gets cut like at the 4 or 5 because he's
Right,
turned
he'll
it.
be that surprise
Yeah.
cut.
But so the thing with his positioning is he now has two idols. I think he really has one, but he sort of has two because him and Cody are like lock and step with each other. And Cody is the shield because Cody's the more brash and abrasive. He's better at challenges. So Cody's going to be the shield for Jesse up until the final like ending. I think those two are going to work very well together with the Blue Tribe, and they're going to somehow finagle their way into like a final 6 or 7 like they're trying to do. And then
Hmm.
between immunities and Jesse having the ability to use Cody, I think it's going to go well for him with the idols.
Yeah, I mean, like I again, I hope that he just doesn't get too close with somebody, say something. He better just hold it till the end, and he's walking clear for
Mhm.
at least Final Four.
Right.
I would think, and
Maybe the
more
finals.
likely Final Three.
I feel
But
like everybody at this point has pretty good, like decent edits though. So it's kind of like,
yeah, but then even like that key alone going into the um like the jury, just being like, I held off on having like I finagled to get this, which held me into a response. Like it's a guaranteed dub, unless like Gunther, whatever his name is, comes in and like he's my only other sleeper. I'm all about the sleepers.
all right. Well, I guess we're about to run out of time. I have 1 minute left on my timer on the screen. So thank you for joining us. This is my first time hosting, so hopefully you've lasted this far. Maybe you're a super fan of Survivor or me and Kevin, and like let us let I don't know what Bill says at the end, but like, comment,
Don't forget
subscribe.
to like
Uh,
and share and
plug
subscribe.
plug all these other TV shows from the Reality Guys. But come on, let's be real, bro. Survivor, The Challenge, they're the best shows on TV. Let's go. Come on. Hey, also, I'm going on The Bachelor, or I'm applying for The Bachelor. So vote for me if you see me. If you see me, like me, follow me on Instagram, stuff like that. But anyways, thank you. My name's Brett Larkin. I think it says that in my Zoomie, but I appreciate y'all. Like, comment, subscribe. Hey, actually, give us the best thumbs up on this video so you want more of me and Kevin keeping a real Survivor. Kevin, you go. We got a little bit.
I'll see you guys. Thank you.
All right, all right, all right. Mazel tov. Let's go. See you. Deuces. Bye.